Greetings, folks. It's hard for me to describe Crashlands 2. I never played the original, however, it feels like I missed out because this game was quite enjoyable. It's a survive light game, which means that to progress you need to hack your way through enemies, plants, rocks, and exploding flowers, build sheds, upgrade those sheds into proper prisons, and keep captives who will work into those sweatshops for you. From the get-go, what does it mean when I say that Crashlands 2 is a survival light? Well, there is no penalty in case of dying, there is no durability on tool or hunger meter, so it's very casual. This is meant to be a relaxing game to pretty much chill, don't expect any don't starve or Valheim feeling, because this game is not that. Dying, however, is still quite easy, but it doesn't bring much of a penalty to begin with, since you just need to go run to your corpse and recover all the materials that dropped. And it's only mildly annoying if you are in an area far away from a teleporter. What is immediately impressive about Crashlands 2 is the art style and the color palette. The world is very alien and vibrant, but more importantly it feels alive. Yes, okay, we heard this before, but usually doesn't mean anything. Well, the animals and the plants in this game have routine, patterns, they engage with each other and the environment pretty frequently. Especially in contested areas, you can play smart and even pit mobs against each other, and you will soon realize how amusing it is to cause total chaos. Explosions and plants popping off without lifting a finger. The world is quite big, however, and there is a lot to explore, with a day and night cycle that helps to break the monotony. Music is also kinda nice, leaning toward a synth ambient style, which gives it even a more alien vibe. This game, however, doesn't have any voice acting, just some very expressive mutters in and there. You either like this or hate it, to be honest. The gameplay loop is simple. Explore, expand, exterminate. You will need to gather resources, craft gear, fight enemies, and complete quests. What sets this game apart from similar games is the emphasis on these interstellar kidnappings or friendship, if you wish. You need to get those NPC to like you so you can stuff them into those sheds so you can learn how to make new tools and weapons and even building materials and parts. It's a clever twist and it's kind of fun if you think about it, pretty much, yeah. They cannot refuse getting in the shed. You're not just gathering for the sake of gathering, you're building a small little base, a small little village with people in it. The only drawback of this game is that to get certain materials you will need to do research, and if you delay on quest progression just to go around and fool around, you're gonna miss out on some drops that could have been unlocked by those same resources you harvested. So questing should take a priority on anything you do, to be honest. Also, some quests can be kinda confusing, but it's not too bad overall. The combat is similar to Wildstar, if you ever played that game. Enemies and even yourself have telegraphs for your actions that are indicated by, for enemies, red indicators, and for you I think it's blue. And you need to dodge out of them and to time your attacks strategically. The systems allow for a mix and match of playstyles. You can combine gadgets, elixirs and different weapons to have your own personalized build. However, don't expect a fully fledged ARPG or anything. This is not Last Epoch or Path of Exile. This is very basic. You can even upgrade your suit by collecting special gems scattered on the map, which will grant you power-ups, and you should probably do that as well. The reality of combat, however, is that it will be weird at the beginning, especially against multiple enemies when you only have one dagger. Suggestion in the early game is to go and unlock the Void Hammer that is close to the first village as soon as possible, because it's very strong, and plus you will receive a quest that will allow you to upgrade it several times. The game features a good amount of weapon, however. You go from daggers, which are very fast and usually apply bleed. The only downside is that their telegraph is not super big. Then you have the knuckles, which are a bit slower but stronger, and they are more in team with dealing lightning damage. to the heavier hammers, which have big area of effect but are generally slower. Usually, the bigger the area of effect is better just to stagger more mobs. However, this game also features ranged weapons, lances and traps built around thrift, which is an attribute that decreases their usage. Because, well, especially at the start, they are kinda expensive to make material-wise. Technically, you don't have to really go at range, at least early on, but it's an option if you enjoy that playstyle and can be useful when fighting a lot of mobs. The damage of the lances is not even that bad. The game also features gadgets with different functions like going in stealth or throwing fireballs, another utility. While you can build small homes and plant decorations and all that stuff, because after all, how can you keep slaves if you don't have your pens? The lack of survival aspect, however, means that you don't really have any incentives to build too far away from base. Because you want ideally to have your research guys all in the same place, at least the one that you can move. You can also craft bridges that you need to reach certain unreachable positions, but this is pretty much it. The game also features pets. You need to collect the eggs and they need to be hatched. However, to do so they have to meet the requirement. So some of the requirements can be I want more light, I want a workshop, I want to be alone, stuff like that. And those pets are literally the mobs that you find in the world, so that is kinda nice. The length of the game is also quite nice if you enjoy it. You will need to dump several hours just to fully explore the first area. This game doesn't have a procedurally generated map, so keep that in mind. Is the story good? It leans a lot in humor. It is the tale of a space tracker that crash lands on the planet and then gets involved into a conspiracy, and expect a lot of jokes and silliness. Sometimes the dialogues also kind of drag for a bit too long, and I stopped paying attention halfway through it, to be honest with you. It's nothing too deep or impressive, but some people might like it because this is mainly humor. I just wish the progression wasn't so quest oppressive and that most of the unlock were related to story and not really to exploration. Even though you can find a lot of recipes and stuff laying around. Should you play Crashlands 2? It's hard to compare this game to something similar. I would say that it's kinda like Dismantled in a way, or Stardew Valley, or even Forger, but it is still different. It's not overly complex or punishing, so if you want that survival game experience, I don't think this one is good for you. Think of this more as an adventure game with some light building and an RPG element with a lot of silly humor. Thank you for watching. What do you think of Crashlands 2? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe for more inconsistent toned content. Have a good day. See you.